All right, and we're back for Game 2 of Team Spirit versus Na'Vi here in the Dreamleague Season 5 League play. Game 1, Na'Vi kind of ran over Team Spirit a little bit. It was relatively even for a while, but the second that Na'Vi's tower pressure started coming out, it did not stop. They kept on going. They broke all the towers in 2 lanes of racks by 24 minutes. And so off at the back of that, they take it. Now, Game 2, can Team Spirit break up that tower pressure from Na'Vi? Well, Na'Vi did manage to get their hands on a Chen. That was off of the back of both an Io and a Bounty Hunter against Seneko. And both those bans make sense. Io, a hero that, unlike most teams that play it, Na'Vi do not necessarily need a quote-unquote Io partner like a CK, a Tiny, a Sven. They will pick the hero on its own, and it'll have an impact without those heroes that you traditionally associate with the hero. So, and they ban the Earth Spirit as well. So, these bans from Team Spirit, they're looking to shut down Na'Vi's early game. They know that's their strength. They know that's where they're most comfortable. They don't want to give it to them. And the question is, will it matter? Because Na'Vi, they did still manage to get themselves a Chen and a Bat Rider. And General Bat Rider, one of his best heroes. So a scary hero to give away to them, especially when there's a Prophet in the game. First pick Prophet from Team Spirit. That'll be for Funnick, I imagine, and Enchantress, once again for Goblack. But the question I have for this is Nature's Prophet actually going to be able to do his split push game when there's a Bat Rider in the game? It's risky, it's tough. We'll have to see, especially if General wants to go for an early set of Boots of Travels. Venge will be the pickup. Another Venge for... who played it last time? I guess it was Seneko with art style and the Chen. And Na'Vi, it looks like a very similar strat to what they ran last game. Now, Team Spirit, they've got the Enchantress again, but they'll look to switch things up. They'll go for a Puck this time instead of the Wind Ranger, a very strong mid. Iceberg, one of his more comfort heroes. And the Quap still in the pool for Dendy if he wants to go for it, but not necessarily as good a matchup against Puck because he does have that phase shift to dodge the spells. Can get himself out of trouble with the John, a really hard hero to gank. And, well, what else do they want to go for Dendy? The Death Prophet band. They could potentially go for a Wind Ranger themselves. They'll go back for Chichira's Mirana. So reprising his role on that hero. It did work last game. And it as a core hero that starts early, has that early nuke in the Starfall if you max it, has that movement and gank kind of focus from the Moonlight Shadow, but Team Spirit will go back for a Drow Ranger. Interesting, and all 4 of their heroes so far are ranged. So this strengthens their lanes considerably. And they will try and match Na'Vi's tower pressure by putting out tower pressure of their own. I love this strategy. If you feel uncomfortable trying to take it late against Na'Vi, and I mean, any team right now should, having seen how they played a Star Ladder, then you want to just find some way of not letting that be as big a deal. And if Na'Vi don't have that gold lead from tower kills, then they're not as strong. So I really like this choice from Spirit, meeting aggression with aggression, tower pressure with tower pressure. We should see a very exciting first few minutes of this game, I think, as both teams will be looking to make things happen early. Now, having seen the Drow Ranger, Na'Vi could potentially go back for something else with a little more late game. Team Spirit have kind of pigeonholed themselves at that pick a little bit. And you've got the Bat Rider, you've got the Venge. Both these heroes scale well. Rana reasonably as well. They'll go back for Jish's Lycan. So not going to hold out for late game. And Lycan, a great hero to have against Drow Ranger. Not only does he synergize really nicely with their push, but he also... Oh, hold on. Yeah, that'll be a Ditya Lycan. So does that mean Mirana's mid for Dendy? Okay, not a hero I've seen him play in a while, but Mirana certainly a hero that used to be played mid rather frequently now.
Winter Wyvern.
Winter Wyvern will be the final choice. So a really nice hero to have against Lycan. Not only does he also get the damage bonus from Drow's Precision Aura, but he also does have that Cold Embrace. So whoever Lycan goes on, they can be Cold Embraced up. They'll survive a lot longer. Probably still will go down in the end, though. But it's a really nice spell to have. And the other thing is, if he gets Winter's Curse on a hero next to Lycan, Lycan will eat them up. It'll just chew right through them. So, a really nice last pick. Now, both teams with a similar idea, similar focus to their draft. Who's going to be able to pull their strategy out better? Who's going to be able to accomplish what they want to do more? It's always nice to see when teams have the exact same strategy, because then you see it's all down to a matter of execution. It's not timings. It's not who outdrafted or out-strategized the other. It's all down to who can execute better. And we'll have to see who that's going to be for Game 2. So we're in. Na'Vi up 1-0. Will Team Spirit be able to come back? Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm Sindar. Hope you enjoy the cast. We'll take a look. General already going towards the offlane on that Bat Rider. It'll be Dichira taking the Lycan as expected. Art Style reprising his role from last game on the Chen. Dendi now taking the mid lane Mirana. And Seneko will be taking the Vengeful Spirit. Now, I'm not sure if Na'Vi ever do this. I can't remember seeing it. But they could potentially switch up the lanes here just to mess with Spirit. Lycan matches up okay against Puck in the mid lane with those wolves. And Dendi could just go safe against the Nature's Prophet. Mirana does do better against the Prophet than the Lycan will because of that range. The range advantage won't be there for Funix, so have to see if they want to go that way, but probably not. This is not a team that usually switches up those roles like that. And Tree's gonna scout out Na'Vi, moving for the rune. We're gonna get cleaned up though. Some early gold going Na'Vi's way potentially. Nope. Into the pit. And now Funix coming out. Doesn't have any spells though, just those right clicks, but Precision Aura is online, so these hit relatively hard, and they'll actually drive Na'Vi back. They'll claim the rune for Iceberg. But top lane general, he secured it himself. So a 1-for-1 rune trade. And yeah, okay, so it does look like Dendi is going to be put on the safe lane here, and it'll be the Lycan of Ditya in the mid. And I mean, Puck does have the range advantage, and right now does actually have the damage advantage too with that Precision Aura. So Ditya could have a bit of a rough time here. And it'll really be down to how often Chen wants to send creeps to the mid lane to mess with the Puck, because I feel like that's going to be necessary for Lycan to have an okay lane here. The Precision Aura on top of Puck really makes the hero hard to deal with. He's right-clicking for 71 at the 49-second mark. Funix taking a lot of harass, though. And, I mean, this is why it's kind of worth it to put the Lycan mid, because Dendi going to be able to do so much better against the Prophet. And zoning out Funix Prophet, giving him a slow start, is going to make things a lot better for Na'Vi. We'll slow down the timing of... Oh, General finds a solo kill against a double lane, finishes off the Drow. That's a huge pick. He almost dies, and may still fall to Always Want to Fly, who is chasing him out. But it's got a Fairy Fire. No, just a Tango. We'll be able to get back. Probably goes all the way back to base off of this, but nice pick for him. First Blood Gold going the way of General. Gives him an excellent start. Now Ditya getting in trouble, but the stun will not be there from the Centaurs. They do catch Seneko, though, who TP's right on top of them. That's a bit of a missed TP, and that's going to be another kill going Team Spirit's way. So 1-for-1 trade across the map. And now they're going back for Dechira. Not going to jaunt to the orb, and Ditya will pop the cell, but that was a little scary. Skullblack already doing work with those double Centaurs. And Seneko, I'm not sure if he started the TP and then wasn't really watching where it was landing, but maybe he should have thought about canceling, as his core hero was safe at that point. And Dendi now left alone, getting very low to the harass of Funix. Oh, Dendi, got to be careful. He does have leap up. May have to use it. Will be all right. And the arrow going to be juked easily by Funix. Oh, Dendi playing with fire, down to 35 HP. Eats one more right click. And Seneko has brought him out of salve, so we'll be able to maintain in lane. And Deitch is actually holding his own as far as last hits, despite the intense pressure that he's been under. He's found 11-0 against Puck's 9-2, so doing just fine for himself. And General, because he got that first blood, he's level 3.5. Now Funnick getting gone on here, and he's about the same level, but could get caught. Seneko doesn't have a stun anymore, though. Will still survive on 45 HP. So, arrow not committed, it looks like, from Dendy. It's hard to go onto Funnick with the arrow. He's always going to be able to use the treants to block unless he misplays, so not the easiest pickoff. And now the puck taking over a little bit on Lycan in this bit. But it's still very, very close. Ditch is holding up a little bit better than I thought he would against this Precision Door puck. And now General, he's got his level 4. He's got Tranquils online. He's doing very well for himself as far as income comes. He's 6-1. It's not the greatest last hits, but that first blood more than makes up for it. And if an early blink comes out on him, then this Drow can never feel safe. And there's a rotation onto Artstyle, who's trapped in the enemy woods. Sprout will be there from Funnick. And that's a nice pick. He was rotating out in the back. And General's still here, actually. Going to try and bring down Always Want to Fly, but does have that Fairy Fire. And General actually going to go down first. 2 for 1, but a huge trade for Team Spirit. Nicely rotated in. Well, Navi's offlaner is getting a little too aggressive there with the Chen. Thought he could help General make a play, but ends up falling. And they do bring multiple heroes in for that. Now the stun juked by Iceberg, but the net is there on the other side. They will be able to bring him down, and now Always Want to Fly's got it back, so nice pick. They did force out the phase shift, but that means it wasn't available for the net. Even when he's dead, Chen can still cause issues for the enemy team across the map. And Dendy pressuring the spot tower. So Funnick TP's out. He's able to get a lot off the lane. Already all of a sudden your last hit leader because of that. And going to be putting some early pressure on this tier 1 anytime Funnick wants to leave the lane. It looks like we're looking at another rotation from Seneko and Artstyle with General. Not quite level 6 yet. Doesn't have that lasso, but if Seneko gets a stun into Artstyle's creeps, it doesn't matter. The Troll Trap isn't going to be there. It will. Seneko follows up with a stun. The Wave of Terror over the top. The Flame Break to push him back. Illidan's going to fall. No, pops the Fairy Fire, but still down. Always Want to Fly. Can't walk into that. There's no way he survives. And another nice kill from Na'Vi. Good smoke rotation. And now Seneko and Artstyle, do they stick around this lane and pressure the tower, or do they rotate through to mid where Ditchira's going to go down? The Dream Coil committed from Iceberg, and Godblack rotates through. So once again, these two teams very even in the early game. Rotation for rotation. Punch and counter punch. And 5-4 your score, almost 6 minutes in. Looks like they want to go and Always Want to Fly here. General just got level 6. Is he going to level up Lasso? Moonlight Shadow comes out. He hasn't gone for it. There it is. Okay, so here's the play. Artstyle rotates through. He doesn't have a blink, so it's hard to engage. Maybe Artstyle just baits. Question is, do they know the lasso's online? General going for it now. Starts to put the stickies down, but he's got to be careful. As rotation is coming through from 2 of Team Spirit. They're just walking, though. This could be a little slow, and Always Want to Fly goes to the TP out. Will be canceled by the Flame Break. And will finally go down to Artstyle with the nuke from the Satyr. General not even needing to commit the lasso. They will put out a lot of pressure, but may get caught out here as Godblack rotating through. Slow can be there. He's going to steal a creep from Artstyle. Now we'll just back, but the Troll Trap, the Flame Break, Godblack, double Dream Coil from Iceberg, but it doesn't matter. The Enchantress already down, and Na'Vi should be just fine off of this. No, Blast comes through, but Artstyle's still healthy. We'll go for the TP out, and already well on his way towards that mechanism. So they get the kill. They get a lot of tower damage, and the rotation does not pay off for Team Spirit that time as they lose a hero. And Dendy continuing to farm incredibly well. 39 and 11 on him. Lycan as well benefiting from these constant rotations being forced out from Team Spirit. In fact, the puck's off the lane means he's getting up there as far as his last hits go as well. And Boots, Bassi online, can go for that Vlad's. We'll have it in fairly good time. Now Iceberg, with the Enchantress creep, is going to harass this tower a little bit. And Na'Vi doesn't look like they want to defend for now, so should fall. Na'Vi more interested in making stuff happen elsewhere. Illidan forced to jungle farm. He is feeling not at all safe in his lane. Doesn't even have lifesteal, so it's going to be a slow start for this Drow, sitting at only 28 and 9. And Funnick spotting out heroes with this invis, but not going to catch. Could still catch Dendi. He wants this. They don't have any other heroes to come in, though. But Dendi, only at half health, does have the Moonlight Shadow in 3. Can Funnick actually do this? He's got the ultimate. He casts it. The Sprout, not going to help with the leap, but Dendi, invis is off, and the ultimate doesn't catch him, unfortunately. So, we'll be fine. Interestingly, Iceberg finishes the treads, doesn't rush that blink, realizing he needs to tank up a little bit against what Na'Vi have on their table. Team Spirit did manage to claim the tier 1 in the off lane. Seneko just going to farm up the wave a little bit, push it out. And I mean, 9 minutes in, let's take a quick peek at the net worth. It is very, very even. Barely in Na'Vi's favor. XP, slightly more so. But once again, the gold distribution. Seneko all the way down to the bottom with under 1k, but all 3 of the Na'Vi cores doing quite well for themselves. Only the puck out on top. And it looks like tower pressure. No, never mind. Funnick is not on Dendi's team this time. We'll just counter out Dendi, force him back. Dendi going for the phase boots. He's got the early bracer. So it will be the similar build, phase into Drums Aquila. No surprise there. Gallblack rotating around though. And Dendi forced to leap. That means it's on cooldown for 30 seconds. Gallblack can potentially do something off of this. Dendi into the trees. He's wise. Won't get caught out. But Team Spirit, they're looking for a Roche play. Now there is a ward here, and it's spotting their movement, so this is going to get detected. And Na'Vi are going to rush over here as fast as they can go. This Roche does go down very, very quickly early to the power of the Precision Aura. And General looking for a pick. He finds Illidan, going to put him on the cliff, it looks like. But no, he may go down first. No, Hand of God is there, and Illidan will fall. General may be the trade, though, as he's caught up by the Dreamquall on the other side of the fight. Funnick getting low. The stun will be there from Seneko, and now Gallblack in trouble. The Wolves are going to chase him down. Seneko may fall, but Gallblack caught out. The damage is going to be there, but the untouchable keeps him up. So it ends up being a 2 for 2. And now Winter's Curse comes out on Arstyle. He's getting beaten by his own creeps and will go down. Iceberg gets low, but dodges the clap and will survive. 3 for 2 trade. Na'Vi do stop the Roche attempt, but they do lose a core hero as well as their 2 supports, and now Ditya could be in trouble. Iceberg jaunts forward. Gallblack there as well. Ditya into the trees, but one last impetus will finish him off. Dendi Arrow's going to be off the mark. Can they catch anyone off the back of this? Iceberg, phase shift is down. He cold embraces up, and now Dendi and Seneko could be in trouble again. This could be a dieback from Seneko. Swap to get himself out to safety, but Illidan is rotated back through. And ends up being another kill going the way of Team Spirit, who will now pressure down this tier 2, and then they can rotate back for Roche. Now General, Moonlight Shadow's up. He's TP'd in, but doesn't have lasso for 20 seconds. Can't really do anything off the back of this. In fact, he's got to be careful. If he walks out here and gets scouted by this ward of these treants, he's going to be going down. And now into the pit. I really don't think Na'Vi can contest this time. And Na'Vi just a little too greedy. They thought they could engage, but, well, Iceberg on the cliff. Can jaunt down. Roche getting very, very low, and there's the lasso coming out from General. He wants Iceberg, but not going to find him. The jaunt, the orb will be there. Iceberg still surviving, will be cold and braced up, and General doing what he can, but he's alone here. The rest of his team is not ready to rotate it through yet. Illidan will fall. Ditya steals the Aegis. Gallblack going to go down, and now Funnick. Arcel trying to body block him up. The slow is there. The Wolves on his tail, and General has another flame break. The swap. Well, Funnick will be caught out and should be falling here. Yeah, Dendi will clean that up. That's a killing spree for him. And the second time, Na'Vi able to contest. General gets the lasso. They take the puck out of the fight early, bring him very low. He couldn't jump back in off of that. Dreamcoil not even used. And Lycan stealing the Aegis. So the last hit, I believe, did go to Team Spirit. I'm not completely sure about that. But the fact that Ditcha gets the Aegis, that's huge for Na'Vi. And early Roche attempt from Team Spirit not working out for them. And I mean, it's so tempting, right? Because they do take it so damn quickly. They thought, oh, we just took a fight outside the pit. We killed a lot of heroes. We can do it again. But, well, the Flame Break putting the puck onto the high ground and then General being able to find him with the lasso. Without him in the engage, Ditcha was able to do a lot more. So, speaking of Ditcha, he is going, not rushing Vlad's, he's going right for that Necro book. So this is going to be as rushed a Necro as you're going to get. And General now with that Blink Dagger online. Had it for the last fight, I just didn't notice it. But and Artstyle has the mech, as well as the Arcane. So Na'Vi, they've got their tools. With that, as soon as the level 1 Necro book comes out, and there it is, speaking of which, look for Na'Vi to group up. Here it comes. Mid lane, they're going to pressure the towers. And the game plan all over again. They're going to look for Iceberg. The lasso connects. And Arrow there to follow up. Not even needed. As they will just blow him up. 45 seconds on the sidelines. And this should be a lane tower or two. Dendy with a double damage now. And General looking for more. The spot always want to fly. Flame Break back is there. They're going to focus the tower. And they can definitely go for more here. Necrobook not popped just yet. Arrow will connect onto Always Want to Fly. Dendy jumps forward. Starfall's there, and they will bring him down. That's another pick, and the tower is exposed with these two heroes down. Na'Vi, no reason to stop. Necrobooks will be popped now in the Howl. Glyph is forced, but this tower should be going down. And once again, things look even for the first 10, 12 minutes of the game, but as soon as Na'Vi get those items, and they get their group up, they get their push, all of a sudden, the game starts looking terrible for Team Spirit. Now Funnick goes for the TP out in the trees, but will be canceled by the Flame Break. Soneko there with the stun. Funnick going down as well. This split push will be canceled out. And like we talked about in the draft, this is a scary, scary game to be playing a split pushing Prophet. And I mean, look at this. Na'Vi, 2 heroes back to clean out the bot wave. Meanwhile, the rest of them rotate top. Dendy still with this double damage rune. Didn't pop it for the earlier towers. Now can pressure this tier 1 with Ditcha. Will be falling. So quick 3 heroes and 3 tower pick in the space of about a minute and a half. Now Ditcha, Dendy could be caught out here. Godblack and Iceberg rotating through. Double Dream Coil, double silence. The impetus shots clean up Dendy. And Ditcha Rock going for the TP out, but the Winter's Curse there to cancel it. He will lose his Aegis. Still has his ultimate. Can he get out of this? The silence is down from Drow, but the Sprout will be there from Funnick. And the Troll Trap, the Centaur Stomp. He actually is outside of the Sprout, but will be controlled, will be brought down. A little bit too aggressive positioning from the 2 cores of Na'Vi. They do take the tower, but definitely not worth both their lives. And that's a pretty decent swing going back Team Spirit's way. And more importantly than that, it's just breathing room. It's time when the Lycan, the Mirana aren't out on the map, aren't pressuring towers. And, I mean, as soon as they're up, look for more pressure to come out onto this bot lane. As there's no reason for Na'Vi to stop. This is what their lineup was built for. This is their bread and butter. And when there is 5, when they've got those creeps on the tower, it really feels like Team Spirit have to have the perfect initiation to prevent the tower from falling. The Aegis is down, though, so that might slow Na'Vi's roll just a bit. But, I mean, as we saw last game, they don't necessarily need the Roche to push. They took it there just to deny it to Illidan, but certainly comfortable going for towers without it. And, well, 3 heroes bot lane. Will Ditcha move over? He's now going back for the Vlads after the Necrobook level 1. And Puck finds a Veil. That's a pretty big item. But General now with a Force Staff as well. And once again, I mean, Puck's doing fine, but the rest of his team falling quite far behind at this point. Illidan, the Drow, only sitting at 4,200 net worth. Compare that to his counterpart, Dendy. Almost 7k. And Na'Vi, here comes the push. Lots of creeps online. It's a bit of a zoo strat, and, well, not even going to try and defend this tier 1, which is already at half health. Moonlight Shadow comes out, ready for the counter engage from Team Spirit. They'll just pressure the tower with creeps, realizing they don't need to commit their heroes. Glyph forced out. Dicha rotating around the backside. And will pop his ultimate. They're going in. God's lasso would always want to fly. They're going to bring him down. The mech comes out as well, but nice stream coil coming up from the puck. Swap Phonic in into the stun, though. Dichira is going to bring him down. And a quick 4 for 1 as Dichira gets a killing spree. They're going to find more. The puck trying to orb away, but Na'Vi just a little too fast. He blinks into the trees. They know where he is. The flame break going to be off the mark. The Wave of Terror does just miss, and he does have another orb in 1 second. They're still chasing, and as a result, they're not putting pressure onto this tier 2 tower. Not sure this is worth it. Iceberg leading them a merry chase. So it will just be General and Dendy pursuing this as the rest of the heroes do continue to press forward for the tower, as they should. And it looked like it was a nice catch from Team Spirit. They got multiple heroes Dream Coiled. They got the multiple silence off lots. Oh, wow. Iceberg going in really deep, trying to get away here. Will end up being brought down. Little smiles coming out there. As, well, off the back of that, though, if Iceberg hadn't gone for that play, Na'Vi would have certainly cleaned up this tier 2. And as a result, it still stands. Now, may not stand for long, though, but wasted a lot of Na'Vi's time there, and does fall in the end, but not the worst thing in the world. Now, Dendy with the Maelstrom. Illidan just... It's a rough game to be a drow. He's died 6 times against a Bat Rider, against Moonlight Shadow. He is so very gankable. And, well, 20-13. I don't think he'll have the time to come back into this game. He's desperately farming. He's got that Morbid Mask online, so he can take out the jungle, but his jungle is not a safe place for him right now. And, well, that's a big item. Mech is finished on Phonic. So this gives Team Spirit at least some way of fighting into Na'Vi's 5-man. I mean, you saw it there in the bot lane. Na'Vi all got very low. If it wasn't for the Chen Hand of God as well as the mech, they probably would have lost that fight. But the fact that they had that healing advantage means they take it. And Phonic will cancel out that advantage a little bit now by picking up a mech of his own. Here we go again. Na'Vi looking for another tier 2. General not even in the area. But... well, Na'Vi not going for it just yet. They're just scouting through, making sure no backstab is coming. And this tower should be falling. Will Team Spirit look to contest here, or did they save it for the tier 3 arrow? Swap onto Gallblack. This could be huge. Lasso is available, and they'll pull him back. Flame Break not even committing the lasso just yet, realizing they don't need it. Gallblack will fall, and the tower down as well. And with the Enchantress out of the picture, this could be high ground. General DD popped. He's looking for it. Blink forward. Not going to find anything just yet. Ghost Scepter's up. And the arrow won't connect. Winter's Curse, a bit ineffectual. It does lock him down, but no other hero's close enough. And now the Moonlight Shadow with the send back will get him out to safety. And he immediately TPs back to the mid lane. Wanting to go down mid, it looks like. No creep wave, though. They're going to catch someone split pushing. Iceberg out. The Dream Coil is there as well as the Silence, and now General could be in trouble. Healed up by the Hand of God, though. But under the Veil takes way too much damage. Phonic, though, on the backside. He mechs up. May still be caught out. Illidan, that's the target they want to go for. Will bring him down. Always want to fly very low as well. Under the Cold Embrace. He's going to fall as soon as that comes off cooldown. Now Phonic goes for the TP out. Will make it. And they do find General, so a quick 2 for 1. And are they going to chase Iceberg again? No, they're just going to go back, push out the wave. That's a bit more safe. I was just dreams of this Iceberg puck driving Na'Vi all over the map, desperately trying to bring him down. And it looks like they're not going to go for the 5-man. In fact, Ditcha could be caught out here. Iceberg there with the silence. Ditcha will just go for the TP away. Is it enough, though? Impetus. Just too late. And now Phonic could be in trouble. Dendy already used the leap. Seneco does have the swap, but he's out of range for it. So, working on a Solar Crest for himself. And Iceberg, with that Veil online, is 1,500 gold. Could go for a Yule's next. And Phonic probably working on the Maelstrom at this point. They need some kind of creep clear against the Zoo strat that Na'Vi's putting out here. And Na'Vi once again is 5. They're going to move into the Dire jungle. There is no vision of this from the Dire side. Will they be caught out here? Illidan, Helmet Dominator on the line now, but no real item progression. Can't contribute a huge amount to this fight. Take a look at Dire vision. They haven't not scouted this yet. It looks like Na'Vi, they're just going to move into the lane, so they're visible now. And all of Team Spirit moving over. They spot out General, who Ghost Scepters up immediately. Firefly over the cliff. No, he goes back onto Godblack. The pull is there. Arrow will connect as well, and that's Godblack down once again. Enchantress, your Untouchable's not helping you against this lineup. And the lasso into Arrow. They're always finding him, too. And he's a huge source of damage for Team Spirit at this point. He does have that Dragon Lance as well as 2 points in impetus. So bringing him down early basically guarantees that they can claim another tower, if not more. Fishing Arrow. General, oh, almost connects an Iceberg Hoof. Has to phase shift. And Phonic doing a reasonable job of keeping these other lanes pushed. So Na'Vi not going to be able to go for the tier 3s. They will just be forced to back as they'll push out the other waves and then come back in. But Phonic only one hero. There's only so long he can do this for. And Na'Vi in full control of the map now with these nice aggressive wards outside of the Dire base. They'll scout any movement that Team Spirit make outside their own safe zone. And it looks like Roche will be the target. The Dire do have vision of this. There is no smoke from Na'Vi, so Team Spirit are aware. Arrow will connect on the Wild Wing Ripper. And always want to fly over the trees, looking for someone here. Team Spirit, they definitely can't afford to give this Aegis away. Moonlight Shadow, though, comes up from Na'Vi. Is there any vision whatsoever? Sentry's down. Team Spirit, Godblack could be caught out again. The mech is there, but General over the top finds the lasso onto Illidan. Winter's Curse, though, nicely placed onto Dendi. Will hold some of them in place, but doesn't connect on Ditchira, who's the big hero here. He chops down Illidan. Always want to fly under the cold embrace, but gonna get brought down as well. And on the backside, Ditcha looking for the puck, who should be able to get out here. Will get the blink away, but the rest of his team's in the grave. Doesn't matter. 4 for 0 for Na'Vi. Another double damage rune for Dendi. He just keeps finding these, and now they can go back into the pit and clean up this Aegis and force high ground. And the network just disparity so crazy at this point. We're talking about a 12k lead. It's a bit slower than last game, as there are still racks standing for Team Spirit, but well, Team Spirit, they tried to match Na'Vi's strat. They tried to go for the early push themselves, but Na'Vi are the masters of this. It's going to be tough to do better at them than them at their own game. Doesn't happen this time. And now Dendi pushes up bottom. General pushes in top. The rest of the team straight mid. They're not going to let Phonic do his split push nonsense this time. And this will be the final hold from Team Spirit. If they lose a lane of racks here, they will probably just GG. Artstyle now with the Ags online as well. 2 Black Dragons. And they go for a smoke. Not spotted. Into the enemy woods. Who are they going to be able to find here? There's a dewarding mission from Godblack and Always Want to Fly. Godblack going to get caught out yet again. The lasso is on point. Stun as well. Will burn down into the fire. That is his 7th death this game. And now, Puck jaunting away. But once again, without the right-click power of the impetus, this should be a situation that Team Spirit can't really contest. Ancient Black Dragons on the high ground, pressuring the tower. They can just tank it. Dendi hitting with the Mantis-style illusions on the low ground. No, that's just an illusion rune. Has the full Mjolnir finished on Dendi. So, not a whole lot of HP, but crazy amounts of damage output. And Ditchira now working on the Assault Cuirass. Na'Vi not pressuring too hard off the back of Godblack's death. Just going to keep the lanes in. They're not getting too over-eager, and now, well, they've got an Ancient Granite Golem. That makes things a lot easier. Giving 200 or so HP to everyone on his team. They got the Wolf Creep as well. And Illidan still with no item progression whatsoever. He's desperately trying to get to some drums, knowing that he needs those early stats. Their only hope is to get a 5-man wipe on Na'Vi and then rush down and take some towers themselves, but that's a tough ask. It's a really tough ask. In general, working on... What is that? A Hyperstone? What's he building here? Not sure. We'll have to see. Maybe going for an Assault Cuirass himself and letting the Lycan use his... Oh! Winter's Curse, but there's a swap there to save him. The Guardian Greaves there as well. Phonic desperately split pushing. He's pulling the old Moon Meander strat of jungling from the cliff, but... Well, blink in, lasso onto Godblack. This is the catch yet again. Enchantress cannot survive. He's always the target. And now Hand of God comes out. Illidan in trouble. Ditchirod chasing him down. He's got the Mjolnir proc on him as well. Will be coiled up, but it doesn't matter. Senego to fall. 3 down really, really quickly. And this will be a lane of racks. This will probably be the game. Na'Vi just turn it on, jump into the base, and General finding these pickoffs. This has been a really rough game for Godblack on this Enchantress. As 8 deaths for him in 28 minutes. Really, really rough stuff. Now Iceberg forced to jaunt away. The Flame Break won't connect, but this is going to be your second lane of racks falling. There's the GG. Na'Vi take it 2-0. They're in stellar form off of the back of their Star Ladder run. Taking No Diggity down 2-0 earlier in ESL 1 qualifiers. Taking Team Spirit down 2-0. Don't want to say it too early, guys, but it looks like Na'Vi might be back. I can't wait to see what these guys can do at the Manila Major. Well, that'll be it for now, guys. I may be back a little later with some more Dota, but you can follow me on Twitter to find out if I will be back. That's twitter.com/SyndarGaming. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.